everyone. Today I will be doing an in-depth review about the 3 LEGO Star Wars helmet collection sets. I'll be doing the reviews in order from the least amount of pieces to the most amount of pieces. The first one is Boba Fett. He's also my favorite out of the 3. Oh, the set, but he's also my favorite character because of the amount of detail and how complicated it is. It's actually the most complicated, but it's also the smallest, I guess. It's also the tallest because of this. The one feature in this set is this. You can pull it down, but I have a problem with this. Normally, you would be looking at this, but the eye would be around here, and this is one stud taller than this piece here. If you look at it from the side, you can see that this is actually taller than where the eye is supposed to be, which I don't like. But it's pretty good, apart from a few things, really. This is a bit too thick, and this is a bit too thin, but there's not really anything that can happen about this. Like, you can't really fix that, so there's not much you can do about it. And another thing is, the helmet is a bit gappy. You can actually see through here and here. Again, there's not much you can do about it, but if I designed the set, I would put something back here black to make it look like these two pieces match up. I also really like these little stripes on the side. They're connected to clips, which are connected to a little pole inside. I can actually show you how they're connected. If I just hang on. Here's the first one. When you're building these, they look a little bit weird, and they still look weird when you put them back on, because these don't match up well. And like over here, this is all straight. This probably shouldn't be straight, but the designer couldn't really do much about it, so I don't really blame him. Inside is a hollow space with this little hole here. When I was building this set, I was wondering why everything was so different. Like, this set is the exact opposite of symmetrical. Like, the other ones are the exact same on both sides, but this one isn't. Another thing I don't like about this set is that there's only one grey spot here. On the real helmet, there's lots of scratches all over here, but I guess LEGO weren't too keen on putting printed parts on their set, and there's not much you can do when you can't use printed parts or stickers. What I do like about this set is that it looks very real, and everything is very close to the movie. It looks pretty realistic, and the designer actually put details everywhere he could. He did this, he let this go down. He did this, which I really like. Whoever designed this did a really nice job. Another thing I like is actually just the shape of this. It goes together really well, and it's very satisfying. I thought the pieces wouldn't fit, but they match perfectly. Apart from down here, it's not very smooth here. Just a big wall there. But look, even the tiniest details are here. This. And there's a lot more sideways building than there is in the other sets. Like, more sideways building here, more in here, more unnecessary sideways building up here. There's a lot of building that's not the right way, but it's not that bad when you're putting it together. The next set is the Stormtrooper. He's the longest set, but not exactly the widest. Well, he kind of is, kind of. He looks pretty nice, I guess, but the colors aren't the most accurate. Like these colors around here, like this is supposed to be darker. This is supposed to be bluish. There's supposed to be more vents. Just not how I like it. The same goes with the mouth. The instructions want you to put this in the middle, but then the mouth doesn't match up. So I chose to make the mouth match up just for the sakes of making it look good. Else it would just look horrible. What I do like about this set though is just the whole set in general. Like, it's very smooth and it goes together very, very well, but the instructions could have been a tiny bit more clear around here. I got a bit stuck here and then I realized what was wrong. I only got stuck on this part here. That's it. And some other people actually get stuck on the stickers here because they all look the same, even with the numbering guide to help you. Another thing I do like about this set is just all this. There's a bunch of completely different pieces that go together well. There's a lot of these pieces, a lot of sloped pieces, a lot of clips in here. There's a lot of these, and so many studs are used in this. Square ones. How many square ones? It's a very nice set as well, and I discovered this a few weeks ago, but you can actually take the whole back off and there's a bunch of empty space inside. I've tried with Boba Fett and you can do the same, but not with the TIE Pilot. I don't think you're meant to be able to do this, and this set isn't actually that strong. That shows that these sets aren't strong, even though everything's connected really well. I mean, it couldn't really be much stronger. It's already very sturdy, but this wobbles a bit, even though it's not meant to. But it's still a good set. There's lots of little details that aren't even meant to be put in. Like, there's a lot of little details you don't need to see, like this, the curves in here, this part here, this white part here. Normally it would have been black if it was part of the eye, but they did that. So again, this set's a really nice set. There are lots of details and it's pleasing to the eye. The next set is the TIE Pilot helmet. It's one of my favorites, but the first questions I had when I saw a picture for this set was, how do the breathing tubes work? Well, really, it's just a bunch of the same piece connected to one of those bendy poles. It's just 18 of these on each side, but it should be more because there's a lot of gaps left over, which I really don't like. And here's something I don't like about all the sets. The stand, it's just not right. Like, it's a slope here. I'm not so happy about the slopes. And then when it goes up here, it just like changes and then just stops here. And there's a big slope up here and it goes flat. But again, the same with this set. There are lots of details that aren't needed. Like this little piece here, this back here. There's so many little details that shouldn't be put in. Well, they should be put in, but they're all unnecessary. Another thing about this set, this is even, like, sure, the Stormtrooper is still quite strong, but this is even worse. Like, this part keeps on coming off, and that's really annoying. Like, no matter how many times it comes off, it just won't stay back on. Another piece just fell off as well. So that's a bad thing about these sets, because normally sideways building is a good thing, but for these sets it's actually a bad thing, even if it does give them a lot of detail. But that's a bad thing. This set only has 2 stickers. The Stormtrooper had 8, and Boba Fett had none. However, this does have 2 printed pieces up here, which are connected to ball joints, which is just for the angle. You're not supposed to be able to move them around. Well, again, those come off quite easily. But I do like this slope around here. It's very nice, even if this is smooth and this is a bit rough. But it's not a big thing. Why complain about it? It's still a really nice set, apart from all these little gaps. Like almost all of these sets have little gaps, which I will be pointing out a bit later. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate these sets around a 6 or a 7, maybe an 8. They're still quite nice. I'm actually hoping that LEGO will release a new wave of these, and maybe even from a different theme or movie or anything, because there's still the Marvel Studios Iron Man set, but there's only one, and then there's these 3 Star Wars sets. So I'm wondering if there'll be an extension to the Star Wars sets, or if that's just it. Now, a few things all of these sets have in common are unnecessary details. Like I pointed out, what's this for? There's a little cheese slope in here that doesn't even need to be put in there. There's just these little dots here. I mean, sure, you will have seen them once or twice in the movie, but you wouldn't really pay attention to them. Just everything here, like where you can see gaps most of the time, is either nothing there or there's random details in there. That's the thing about this. Like that's the problem with this set. Well, all of these sets. Yeah, and the gaps are here and here for this set. For this set, the gaps are here and a bit up here. Like someone could have at least put a brick back there to try and hide the gaps, just a black brick back here to make it look like there's no gap, even though it's still there. And with this set, the gaps aren't so bad. I mean, there's a tiny gap here and there and back there, but you don't really notice them. So it's not really a bad thing. But the good thing about these sets are the unnecessary details. It's a bad thing, but it's a good thing. It's a nice thing to have details, but yeah. Another bad thing is the color scheme. Like, I don't really agree with this black dot here. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. And here, again, these pieces aren't the right color. But they're still good sets. Just kind of a bit of a letdown, especially for the price. I mean, it's really bad when you think about it. Like, all these tiny little parts for over $100, it doesn't seem right.
$89 for one set.
89
On Target.
on Target. But still, I don't really agree with the price to parts ratio. And another thing I don't agree with is still, why are they so expensive? Like, the price, I still don't like. Why is it so expensive? Why does it cost so much? Maybe there's going to be more of them, or I don't know. I mean, on eBay, these are already over $100, which I said. Like, these 3 sets are starting to skyrocket in price, and they're not even discontinued. So I don't know what's with the price. Like, is there something I'm missing here? They all have ordinary parts, just of the same color. Black and white aren't that rare. I mean, sand green and dark green is a bit rare, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.